What's up, Bass Faces? Welcome back to Lab Session 115, episode 115, Bet with Juice. Thank you guys for tuning in on this Friday afternoon. You guys made it to the weekend. Congratulations. We're back at it. Back in the notebook. Freaking, I think like 15 games going on. I'm not going to count right now. I'd rather get recapped on yesterday's freaking. This slip was so close. It was so close, but this knucklehead, Nico Horner, couldn't get the job done. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He had 4 at-bats. They went 10 innings, and he couldn't figure it out. Christopher Sanchez barely got his 5.5 strikeouts. He got rocked yesterday by Washington. Kazuma Okamoto got his bases because he went Yabo. And Cam Schlittler had a day. He had 9 strikeouts against Boston. They still lost that game. And then Mr. Lars Nootbaar did not play. I think they got rained out in St. Louis. But yeah, freaking Nico Horner, you freaking knucklehead. You couldn't figure it out, and you failed us. You failed us, and you are on the ban list for the foreseeable future, as well as any other Cubs players. So we move on. Like I said, you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I was right, 15 games. Shitload of games, but we are dialed in, absolutely locked in right now. We got 2 home run slips, a 5-legger, another 5-legger, or 6-legger possibly. We got a lot of bets tonight. I keep saying it, or I've said it before, we're knocking at the door. We're not knocking at the door. We're inside the house right now. We are inside. We've been invited to the dinner table. It's time to fucking feast. Like Zeke. Well, Prime Zeke. Prime Zeke Elliott. It's time to fucking feast. It's time to get the job done. I'm sick and tired of losing by 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys. I'm not having it anymore. I want a dub tonight, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Reds versus Pirates. First game up. We're skipping that one. We're putting B Right on another. Let me see. Is he right there? Hold on. I gotta double check this. Yeah, he is. Okay. So we do have Brian Reynolds for 1 single hit today against Mr. Andrew Abbott from the Reds. You got Paul Skeens on the mound. Guy should absolutely deal tonight against the Reds. Astros versus Tigers. Next game up. First gentleman going on our slip. You got Riley Green. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Let's see. And I want to see if he came up to bat yet. No, still top of the first, I believe. He's about to come up to bat soon. Riley Green, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Let's see. I want to say the pitcher from the Trastros, Mr. Spencer. Oh, our least favorite guy of all time. Our least favorite pitcher, Spencer Spaghetti Arigati. I hope he gets absolutely rocked by the Tigers tonight in Detroit on a Friday night. What better time to do it? Tigers, figure it out, get it done. Nats versus Orioles. I did want to take somebody in this game, but I just put a big no thanks on it. You got Andrew Alvarez, Trevor Rogers on the mound. Said no thanks. Trevor Rogers just dealt against us, the Dodgers, that is. And I think he has some confidence going in today's game. So I'm just going to stick with his good numbers right now. Like I said, he's actually been kind of crappy all season, but he dealt against us. And I think, like I said, I think he takes that into today's game against the Nats, who have been pretty hot. They had a great series against the Phillies, but they struck out like 13 times the other day against Jesus Luzardo. I just think Trevor Rogers, the lefty, gets it done tonight. I think he has a game. And I think the Orioles do some stuff here, but I just don't trust their bats. I don't know what to pick from them because every time I do, they screw me over. So, skipping over to the next game. Next gentleman going on like our side slip. You got Rangers versus the Jays in Tampa. Right? Tampa Bay? No, sorry, my bad. Rangers versus Jays, not Rays. In Toronto. Big field here in the Dome. We got Josh Jung, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, batting in that 2 spot. He is 1 for 2 against Patrick Corbin, the lefty. I think Corbin gets rocked tonight. but Jung hasn't been that great. And I should have done a little bit more homework earlier, but he has like 8 strikeouts in the last couple of days. So we threw him on the other slip, not the main slip of the night. But Josh Jung, 1.5 runs and RBIs against Patrick Corbin. Next game up, we got Zach Gallen on the mound for the D-backs versus the Rays, not the Jays. Going against Nick Martinez. We got Aranda, 1.5 bases, the lefty, batting in that 2 spot. Zach Gallen obviously is terrible against the lefty. That's why we had Lars Nootbaar yesterday. And he would have easily gotten his props. But like I said, it got rained out. But you got Aranda, 1.5 bases, going with Josh Jung on that separate slip. Just going with what my gut's telling me to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just mixing and matching here. Going with what I think is going to happen. Next game up, you got Yankees versus the Red Sox. Boston University. I did not go there. Absolutely never went to college. Probably never going. I hate school, but I don't hate the Red Sox. I think they get the job done against Will Warren. He also has terrible numbers against the lefties. You got this kid, I was going to say Corey because he has almost the same name as Corey Seager, but it's Anthony Siegler. He does bat. He's ambidextrous, so he bats from both sides, lefty and righty. He's in a weird spot, in the 7th spot tonight, but I think if Will Warren, he's not a terrible pitcher. I like fading him because he's not that great. And he gets in these positions where he goes into an away stadium and he kind of shits the bed. So he dials in, gets the top of the lineup on strikeouts, pop-ups, whatever it is. He's going to not pay attention to Anthony Siegler when he gets to the 7, 8, 9 spot, even 6 spot with Cam Durbin. Cam Durbin, is that what it is? Caleb Durbin. I think this is a good spot for Siegler. I was waiting for the lineup to drop, and I kind of say it. I don't want him in the top. I want him in the bottom right there, just to get some stuff stirring, get the pot stirring in the later innings, if that could happen. Anthony Siegler, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs from the Boston Red Sox. Throw it in the hobba, kid. Get it done. Phillies versus Mets. We're skipping that game. You guys already know I don't trust I don't trust the Mets lineup. You got Zach Wheeler on the mound, absolute dog. It's been pretty freaking good this year. So we're just gonna keep fading that Mets team. Those bats, they just fired their manager. I don't think they get anything figured out anytime soon. So we're just gonna skip that one. Zach Wheeler could probably have himself a game and go for 8 to 10 strikeouts, honestly. Mariners versus Guardians, another game that we're skipping. It's a pitcher's duel. You got Luis Castillo versus Joey Cantillo. Their names are literally, I need to plug this in for a Dyson. Their names are like one letter off from being the same thing. Castillo, Cantillo. You do the math. You do the alphabet stuff. I know you guys don't know the alphabet, but figure it out. I had to plug the charger in real quick. Sorry. I need to know if you guys like this new setup. Should it go back horizontally or stay vertically? Let me know in the comments. Castillo versus Cantillo. Pitcher's duel. Not touching it. Next game up, you got Royals versus White Sox. Next, gentlemen, going on the main slip, you got Sam Anatochi. I think I said it right. Yeah, I don't think I said it right. Sam Antonacci. That sounds a little better. For a single run. Not a hit. Not an RBI. Not a double. Nothing. He needs to get on base somehow. And they need to bring him in. He could hit a home run. That's a run scored. But Antonacci, 1 run tonight. His bat's been pretty hot. As long as the gentleman behind him, Miguel Vargas, Kyle Till, Benintendi, could get the job done, bring his ass in, this should be easy for us against Stephen Kolek from the Royals. Sorry, Zach. This guy's been basura. If you ask me, he's been pretty ass. So, fading him, Chicago White Sox, South Side should win this game easily. Easily against Stephen Kolek and the Royals. Next game up, next gentleman going on our slip, you got Cubs versus Brewers. Mr. Bryce Terang, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs against Colin Ray. They have this game at 7, over 7 total runs. I believe Colin Ray gets his shit rocked tonight. Simple as that. Terang is 1 for 4 against him. You got Yelich and Churio in front of Terang, and then Contreras and Bowers in back of him. Buddy! Hey, kid, come here. Get over here. I think they want to see you on camera. Up. Good boy. All right, smelling the microphone. Sick. Good job, bud. Best bud ever right here. Look at him. Most handsome dog in the world, isn't he? All right, kid. Got to get back to work here. Oh, look, I'm blocking your face. I don't want to block your face. So Bryce Terang, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs against Colin Ray. Rockies versus Twins. Did I leave Caratini on the slip? Let's see. Hold on. We did. So Victor Caratini, last gentleman actually going on the slip. Rockies versus Twins. You got Sugano for the Rockies on the mound tonight. Terrible numbers against the lefties. We're going Victor Caratini, the catcher from the Twins, former Trastro, but I actually like I like the way he plays. The kid loves playing ball, loves putting bat on ball, and we're trusting him for a half hit run or RBI tonight. I believe he's batting in like the 5 or 6 spot. Let's see. Yeah, he's batting that 5 spot. Really, really good spot. Behind Clemens, Bell, and in front of Lewis and Lee. This guy just ripped ass, bro. I can smell it. It's in my mouth. This guy just ripped ass so bad, bro. You're an ass. You're a real douchebag, bro. Caratina, half hits, runs, or RBI. It's the last gentleman going on the main slip tonight. I just swallowed this guy's. Golly. Marlins versus Cardinals. You got Max Meyer versus Michael McGreevy on the mound tonight. I think this should be a pitcher's duel. Not necessarily a playoff atmosphere, but I think these guys, they're young guns. I think they go at each other, strikeout after strikeout. Not a lot of runs scored here. There can be later on in the game. Maybe the bullpen starts shit in the bed, but we'll see what happens. Leaving that alone. As well as the next game, you got A's versus Angels. You got JT Ginn versus Walbert Urena. Urena's been pitching pretty good lately, and so is JT Ginn. A lot of strikeouts here on both sides. Maybe somebody from the A's goes yard. I just think there's too many strikeouts in this game, so I just put a big nope. Big old nope. Let's get another light back in there so they can sponsor me. Boys, sponsor your boy Juice already. Figure it out. Braves versus Giants. Next game up. You got Michael Harris, 1.5 bases going on. Not the main slip, but the other slip with the other dudes. That's what we're gonna call that slip. The other dudes. The other dudes. So I like that. The other dudes. It sounds good. Michael Harris, 1.5 bases. Going against Mr. Is it Trevor McDonald? Mr. Trevor McDonald. Not great numbers against the lefties. And his slugging, the lefties are slugging pretty gnarly against him. And Michael Harris is a dog. His bat's been on fire. He's been on fire. He's slugging at a very high rate right now. And he's batting in that leadoff spot. The lineup just dropped. So 1.5 bases going on. Like I said, the other slip. And then you got Dodgers versus Padres in Dodger Stadium South tonight. Petco Park, San Diego. Dodgers versus Padres. Roki Sasaki. Pitch like you pitched last Friday, kid, and we get the dub tonight. Dave Roberts will pull you out at a decent time, maybe, and let the bullpen go to work. We got to get this dub tonight against this division rival. So I'll just say it like that. I'll be nice. Got to get the job done. Dodgers, figure it out. Get the dib. That's the notebook, ladies and gentlemen. 15 freaking games. We're dialed in. Riley Green, I'm pretty sure, is already 0 for 1, so that's not good. Then we got the home run slip. Boom. Burger Till, Terang, and I got a little bonus. Mead, Caratini, and Churio. Mead, Caratini, and Churio. So 2 3-leg home run slips, one four home run leg slip, and then the gentleman from the main slip on MLB. Let's get locked into these slips real quick. Riley Green, what a... Okay, wait. Hold on. Oh, Joel's is here. He might have not came up yet. Let's double check this real quick. Hold on. Double check. This is live. I think they just got like a bunch of strikeouts, right? Yeah, okay. Riley Green hasn't even came up to bat yet, so this is beautiful. We're still so alive. Let's read off the main slip. 5-legger from the notebook. Riley Green, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He is about to come up to bat in the bottom of the second. Get the job done, Riley. Get on base. Hit a home run, because we do have you on a home run slip. Figure it out, kid. Anthony Siegler, a stud from Boston. He's not from Boston University, but he's from Boston. Just throw it in the hob. Get it done, kid. Anthony Siegler, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Sam Antonacci, 1 run scored tonight. Bryce Terang, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Victor Caratini, the catcher from Minnesota, 1/2 hits, runs, or RBIs tonight for $18.20 to win 300 buckaroos. Let's have ourselves a damn Friday night. Let's lower the damn brightness, and then let's have a Friday night. Let's see. $18.20 to win 300 buckaroos. Those are our main gentlemen. The reason why we do the homework. Move, microphone. That's the reason why we do the homework. The reason why we get locked in and dialed. Let's go real quick. I said I had a little mixture of all this shenanigans. This shenanigans going on right here. Brian Reynolds, 1 hit. B. Rye, probably one of my favorite players. Not to bet on, just to watch. He's an absolute dog. Brian Reynolds, a single hit for the night. Jonathan Aranda, 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I did say he was going to get his bases. I think he kind of goes Yabo tonight. Regardless, he has a game. Aranda, 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Bryce Terang, an RBI. Victor Caratini, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Not a half, just a full 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Michael Harris, 1.5 bases, and the Dodgers and the Padres game to go over 7.5 tonight. Read it in a week right there. You can mix and match now, boys, on Prize Picks. So if you ever want a little parlay and you want to go to game line, go over or under on the total, or pick somebody's money line, you can do that these days. Prize Picks, shouting you out. Hit me up. I'm going to tag you guys on this freaking episode tonight because we're smashing tonight. We're hitting the freaking 4 or 5 guys tonight. That is $580 to win $290. Well, 200 buckaroos for the weekend. And then you got, this is the one I wanted to place this somewhere else because the payout was way crazier. Like I said, Riley Green has not came up to bat yet. He's about to come up right now. Riley Green, a home run. Wilson Contreras from the freaking Red Sox. Jackson Churio, a home run. And Josh Bell, a home run. All 4 gents to go Yabo tonight. And Groot is barking at the worst time possible. $15 to win $3,675. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Riley Green, a home run. Wilson Contreras from your Boston Red Sox to go Yabo. Jackson Churio, see you later. And Josh Bell, a home run from Minnesota. Like I said, $15 to win $3,675. That is all of our Prize Pick slips. And our guy finally hit us back up. Sweet sauce. We're going to save these. The first one, my main home run slip that I do got. Right here. Jake Berger, Kyle Till, and Mr. Bryce Terang all to go Yabo. Leave the yard. $5 to pay $1,200. Let me do the brightness on this so you guys can see it. There you go. $5 to win $1,200. See if we can get locked in right there. Boom. Still got time to lock those in, ladies and gentlemen. Berger, Till, and Terang. See you later. And then the next one, this is a little bonus slip. I had a little feeling. That's why it's on. See how tiny it is? You got Mead. Let me see. Mead, Caratini, and Jackson Churio. $5 to win a nice little 1,000 rackaroonies. See if we can lock that in right there, cameraman. Okay, you can see it right there. Boom. Got it. Good. Whew. Episode is done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're freaking locked in. I told you guys earlier. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to repeat it. Said it the last couple weeks. When we finally hit one, I was like, oh, we're knocking on the door. We are in the living room. And they're like, come and eat. Come and feast. Give me my plate of food so I could... come on! I'm so ready to hit one of these bets tonight. You guys don't understand. It's going to happen. That's why I'm so excited. I appreciate you guys tapping in, watching Lab Session 115, episode 115, Bet with Juice on this Friday afternoon. Cheers. Like I said, we made it to the freaking weekend. We got golf with Cuzzo Matt tomorrow. Let's have a damn time and let's hit some freaking bets. Peace.